Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and this is Top 5s, the only weekly Top 5 show in snowboarding that you're currently watching and care about. Or maybe you're not. You could be dual screening or triple screening for all that matters. I don't know. Really don't know what you people do at home. Anyways, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the top 5 all-mountain freeride boards for 2022-2023. This is that category of boards that lends itself to more freeriding, a little bit harder charging, a little bit more chunder busting, but you can ride the whole mountain with it. It's not as broad of a category as all-mountain freestyle, but it still is a very broad category, so let's dive right into it. Number 5, the Amplit Singular. Now, if you've never had the joy and privilege of riding an Amplit, you need to get on one at some point in your life. Doesn't matter what model, just get on one. They all ride very unique and specific to how Amplit boards are built. But the Singular here, this board just comes out the gate going, hey, I'm gonna rip a hard carve, give you a lot of power, and still be able to go all over the mountain while pushing through chop and chunder. It's a board that's really reactive, it's a little bit stiffer, but it sticks out as being super good for being the first time I've ever gotten to ride it. Number 4, the Libtech Dynamo. I always go back and forth on whether I put this in the all-mountain, freestyle, or freeride category. I think it needs to be more in the freeride category. It's just a good board. You load up that camber profile, you get pop, it's damp enough to absorb any chatter when you get into choppy terrain, and it still has enough power in the nose to push through anything. When you get it on edge, you can lay a trench when you need to, and if you're in the trees, it's not so stiff that it's going to kill you. Number 3, the Ravine Select. Now, in the past, the Ravine and the Ravine Select, there was a little too much overlap. For this year, there is a big distinction between the regular Ravine and the Select model. The Select has more pop, more power, better dampening underfoot. It just charges a lot better, and it's got that all-mountain versatility to it so that if you hit a side hit, you can throw a 360, or you can go in the park on a powder day and just smash the lips of stuff and throw huge sprays while still side gapping down into like the cutoff of the jump and kind of tranny-find that if you want to. Overall, it's a great board. It floats exceptionally well. You got that power out of the tail from the bamboo rods, and like I said, it's damp right where it counts. Number 2, the Capita Black snowboard of death. This year's model feels like they took the one from 2 years ago and last year's and melded it together. You get a little more torsional flex, which helps with your ankle steering it so you can really carve with it, but it just crushes through chop and chunder super easily. That new top sheet helps dampen micro vibrations. Overall, this board was just a blast to get on. You knew what you were gonna get. You get that black snowboard of death that's just gonna go out, haul ass, cut through everything in its path, push any chop and chunder out of the way, and still let you ollie over a family of fat skier kids. Honorable mentions, all great boards, but just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. The Battalion Thunder, not the Thunderbolt, but the Thunder. It's a good freeride board for what it is, but 3BT isn't for everyone, so I kind of had to knock this back down into the honorable mentions as the other ones moved up. The Jones Ultra Flagship. Pricey, I know, but I do think that this version of the Ultra Flagship is the best one to date. It's got power where you want, it dampens vibrations really well, it holds an edge exceptionally well, and you can just free ride across any type of terrain with it. The Ride Berserker. Jake Blauvelt's board. You want to ride like Blauvelt? Well, you probably have to put the time in to actually do it, but if you want to honor his riding, you can always buy this board. It's got solid snap, good side cut. I like the carbon array in it because you get all that power out of it, whether you're popping off something or driving through a turn. As I said, these were all great options, but just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. And the number 1 all-mountain freeride board for 2022-2023 is the K2 Passport. So K2 had a board last year called the Manifest Team. That board is no more. They have split it into 2 boards. You have the Antidote and the Passport. The Antidote is what Sage Kotzenberg was riding at Natural Selection. It has 3D shaping in the tip, and while I like that board, I'm not a fan of how overall it rode, but when I got on the Passport, it was a night and day difference. They do share a lot of similar technologies, but I feel that this one was a little more versatile at being a resort rider's, everyman's, all-mountain freeride board. I got on it. I didn't want to get off of it. The snow was a little bit heavier that day. It pushed through everything with ease. It was popping off rollers. I was spraying pow, laying carves. You just couldn't ask for a better board, and I feel that this is a great spiritual successor to that Manifest team. This has been my top 5 all-mountain freeride boards for 2022-2023. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this list. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and check it out. I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and well, I'm still your host, and you're stuck with me. You are stuck with me. And I'll see you in another video.